Love, 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 how you love to hate me.
Kinda sad that you always been like that. See me making waves and you don't like that. Driving through your puddles going splish splash. Splash, splash, splash. Stressing over nothing, baby.
Teachers Education and Professional Development programs initiate teachers' learning process leading to teachers' learning outcomes. These outcomes may be conceptualized as increase or change knowledge, understanding, intention, practice, and motives, emotions when teachers use this knowledge, practice, etc. Novice teachers learning. Novice teachers learning can be framed in the literature on the problems novice teachers meet, their interaction with expert teachers as a support of their learning, and more general model for teachers' professional growth.
Can be framed in the literature on the problems novice teachers meet, their interaction with expert teachers as a support of their learning, and a more general model for teachers' professional growth. Expert teachers. Expert performers are highly knowledgeable of their subject disciplines and capable of very competent performance in their particular fields of endeavor. The expert in the present context refers to those with knowledge and the ability to apply that knowledge.
For professional development of novice teacher. The unique value of this study is that it highlights the function of expert teacher in the professional growth of novice teacher. In this study, novice teacher usually respect the advice and comments of expert teacher, and they see feedback from expert teacher as important external resource for improving their teacher. Moreover, the input of then learning from their daily work when novice teacher reflect on their teaching. They usually focus on their effectivities as a teacher or Barco and living 19,089, which may be their reflection of their student learning and other situated factor. Expert teacher offer more information about alternative teaching method and feedback about the classroom. Expert teacher classroom performance. Extensive behind-the-scenes preparation blend knowledge of content and curriculum, knowledge about student, and knowledge about how to teach with the dynamics of the classroom to achieve and adapt. Interactive and fluid performance. Expert teacher perform teaching in a way that is heavily based on the classroom, interactional, and that is highly responsive to the counter performance of the student in the class and the event and sign amid the interaction.
Classroom management represents an important skill and knowledge set for achieving students' learning gains, but poses a considerable challenge for beginning teachers. Understanding how teachers' cognition and conceptualization differ between expert and novices is useful for enhancing beginning teacher expertise development. One of the most important components of general pedagogical knowledge is that of effectively managing a classroom full of students. How teachers prepare and manage the dynamic classroom has emerged from research exploring the behaviors of expert and novice teachers. Conclusion: this study investigates expertise-based difference among teachers as they observe and describe problems for teachers' classroom lesson. Following in-depth, qualitative encoding of the words and representation of expert and novice teachers, we produce perfect-based and empirical insight considered on the voice of teachers. Expert teachers tend to focus on students' learning and achievement, asked to recall and reflect upon a teaching lesson by elaborating on organization and management of lesson, emphasizing both students and teacher behaviors. Novices were found to each in manner where there's important connection between prior and new knowledge are now emphasized and where flexibility and adaptability are less prevalent within the classroom environment as compared to expert.